Good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm Shonda. And of course, I inspire nations to grow. So, for those of you who always seem to turn it on, because I just absolutely love you. And for those of you who may be new to the channel, I want to welcome you guys to the Sing Life community because we are a group of creators here and we do believe in the law of attraction. Some namaste all the way. Inspiration, motivation, spirituality, and of course, God. We learn lessons here and we only reflect great things, good things, extraordinary things. So I want to welcome you today to the Sing Life TV community. And if you're new to the channel, just take a moment today. And if you always watch, just take a moment to just say thank you to that infinite intelligence for allowing you to be here today to further create the life of your dreams. And I want you to take one more moment and click that subscribe button and that bell notification so that you can have spread the news, grow this channel, and raise the vibrational frequency on this planet. Well, listen, guys, I want to talk to you a little bit today. I took a couple of little notes here, but I wanted to talk to you today to let you know that you're not your body. You're not that. I wanted to talk to you today to let you also know that you were not created just to go to work and come home. You were not created to just be depressed and broken and struggle and have a tortured life, a parvish life. But you were created in the likeness and in the image of what I call God, that infinite intelligence that is not selfish, that is not greedy, that freely gives, that owns it all. So you were created to create, and you are a spiritual being dwelling in a flesh house, examining life in a physical experience. It's interesting though, because I think a lot. When I sat here and I thought about this, and I saw my grandmother, throughout my life, like she loved makeup and she loved all these beautiful things. That's just who she was. Anybody who knew her knew that she loved her family, and you better not touch her makeup counter, her little table, or she would lose it. And as I saw my grandmother like transitioning out of here, the Lord began to deal with me as I was standing there as she was transitioning out, and he began to speak to my mind. And I just want to share this with you. And it's a intimate thing, but we're family and I feel comfortable doing this. But he began to speak to my mind and said, your grandmother is being set free, like literally set free. And she's going back to being in a spiritual form that is abundant and no limitation. And as I began to just stand beside her bedside, I felt the presence of God. And as I got home later on that evening, God began to really talk to me in my mind to let me know that we all entered into this form as a spirit. And we got slowed down and we went into a coma, if you will, and we entered into an incubative state, and our bodies began to be weaved together in our moms, and we slowly began to unfold throughout this life journey. And things happen in our lives to wake us up to our full potential of who we were prior to entering into this existence. Because we're infinite, which means there's no limitations, which means there's no boundaries, which means there's no oppression, which means there's no prejudice, which means there's nothing but abundance and love and joy and peace and happiness, because that's who you are. And as I began to sit there and allow God to talk to me, he showed me that you entered into this state of sleep and you began to incubate. And when you exit, I'll put you back to sleep as I incubate you and I weave you a new spiritual body, and you're free. So I want you to know today that you are not this body, that this is just something that houses your spirit for you to do what you were created to do. I want you to know today, don't be discouraged. It's so easy to get caught up in physical things, the way that we look, the money that we have, the things that we possess, material wealth and blessings. It's so easy to get caught up into those things. And sometimes that becomes a distraction. And you cannot really fully be free to experience the real you. So I want to challenge you today. And I want you to realize that you have that same power that created all of the things around you. I want you to realize this. What would you do if you knew that there were no limitations today? What would you do if you realized that what you truly desired, that you could literally create that? What would you do if you knew that everything that you wanted, that you felt, that you knew that you deserved was just orbiting around you, waiting on you to open up your mind to receive that thing so that you could birth that thing into this physical existence? What would you do if you knew that you could look at something that was nothing and said, let there be this, or let that be that, from a good conscious place, and give thanks to that, and just nurture it, and just believe it, and it actually really did show up for you, no matter how long it take? Because sometimes our Creator has to grow us up in our consciousness so that we can match the thing that we're creating for ourselves, or the things that we desire. Because when our Creator wants you to have something, it sticks and it lasts. But when you do things prematurely, it fades, and it's a fleeting thing. So as you go about your day today, I want you to realize that you are bigger than your body. I want you to realize that you are bigger than any limitation that you may have just vibing in your mind. I want you to realize that you can reach out and touch whatever you want in the spiritual, and it will show up in the physical. I want you to raise your awareness today. I want you to raise your frequency in faith today. Make that declaration. Smile back at yourself and thank your Creator, knowing confidently that it is good and it is God. So I want you guys to vibe higher. I love you guys. And until the next video, you are amazing. Peace. Bye now.